This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Do you have a point of sale system you can trust, or is it a real POS? You need Shopify for retail. From accepting payments to managing inventory, Shopify POS has everything you need to sell in person. Go to shopify.com/system, all lowercase, to take your retail business to the next level today. That's shopify.com/system.
Today on CityCast Boise. Over the last few months, Meridian has been overrun with chicken restaurants. I mean, some roads have 3 to 4 spots just blocks from each other. And with all these new restaurants, how are you supposed to know where to get the best chicken sandwich in town? I decided the only thing to do was to try them all myself. It's Thursday, June 13th. I'm Lindsay Van Allen, and this is what Boise's talking about.
Lindsay, I have to ask first, how are you feeling? You've been eating a lot of fried chicken lately.
Yeah, no, it got a little sketchy there for a minute, but, you know, being the mid-30s that I am, I've got Tums.
Antacids ready. They're on lock.
Exactly. Yeah. Afterwards, I had to have a few days of just salads.
Yeah.
to cleanse my system. But yeah, it was, the bounce back was pretty quick.
Okay. Maybe some green juice in there. Yeah, sure. Okay. Sounds good. Well, you've done the Lord's work, because I think it's been all over social media. It's been a joke between our team here at CityCast Boise about all of the Meridian chicken places. There are so many. It's like every other day, it feels like there's a new one that's announced.
Absolutely. That's definitely the vibe as a Meridianite and, interacting with other, suburban Meridianites, that this has become kind of the running joke of, oh, look, as I'm driving down, Chinden or 10 Mile, there's always a new sign for another chicken. Like, how can we have something? Can we support this many chicken restaurants?
Okay. So how many restaurants in total did you try?
I tried 9. And
9. Okay.
I want to, be kind of clear about which restaurants and why, because I didn't go to any wing places. So if you were, wanting to know about the best wings in Meridian, I don't have that information for you.
For another episode,
next time.
Chicken
next
wings
time.
Separate. Okay, got it.
Yeah, because it's a lot of the restaurants that are coming are chicken sandwich based, or right. Chicken tenders that can be on sandwiches. So I was like, let's really break this down to the chicken sandwich. That's what these restaurants are hyping up. That's what people are going to get. So it was really focused on the restaurants that have the chicken sandwich. Let's try all of them and which one is the best.
Okay, got it. And then probably different takes on what makes a chicken sandwich, different sauces, different spice level, all of that. How did you decide what to order? Was it just the chicken sandwich was going to be your litmus test across all of them?
Yep. I decided going in, I'm going to get the original. Whatever that is, at whatever restaurant, I'm getting your original sandwich. And I'm going to try it just as you serve it. So whatever that looks like, you can add extra sauces. I'll try that with it. But what is the original for your restaurant? The number one, what is that sandwich? That's the sandwich I'm trying.
Got it. Okay. All right. Well, that makes sense. Let's get into it. First, actually, let's do a little mini lightning round if you're up for that. Let's talk best bun. Who had the best bun?
I think the best bun was Slim Chickens.
Slim Chickens. Tell me more.
So it's a brioche bun.
Fabulous name, by the way.
I know. Some of them were really punny, and I appreciate a good pun. I appreciate the commitment to the bit.
Yes.
So the bun is brioche, and it was everything you're looking for. It was a tiny bit sweet. So that might throw some people. I want everyone to know that. But with the entire sandwich, it was quite good. It was much better than your average, fast food bun. It was a good bun.
It paired well. All right. Mm-hmm. How about best service?
Ooh, best service. Okay, I'm going to have to give this one to Chicken Delight.
Okay.
I didn't tell anyone I was doing this for a podcast. I just wanted the just a rando off the street, grabbing some chicken.
Authentic experience walking in. Yep.
Yes, it was, everyone was super helpful, very, very helpful. borderline too helpful. Like I'm just here for some chicken. But they did offer us some pita and their garlic sauce while we were sitting and waiting. And everyone was really, really friendly. So the service was very lovely. Like they were very friendly about me ordering some chicken.
They're one of the very newest on the scenes, if I remember, too. So maybe you were early to visit them and they were really excited, perhaps.
Yeah, I was going to say, they were like, hey, we're so glad you're here. I'm sure that was a factor.
Yeah. Okay, how about best sauce?
Okay, this is where I might lose people, but I'm going to be honest. I'm not highfalutin. I live in Meridian. The best sauce is Chick-fil-A. I know. There's just something about it. It's just a good sauce. I would counter that though, after trying all of these sandwiches. If you're like, I love Chick-fil-A, I would argue, no, you don't. You like the sauce. The sauce is what makes the sandwich. The sandwich lined up with all the other ones, pretty disappointing. The sauce is very good though.
Yeah. I appreciate too that you're mixing in like ones that people have tried a million times or have tried before. Certainly Chick-fil-A has been around for a long time. And then you're going to these newer ones too. And yeah, I mean, give credit where credit's due. So fair enough.
It's a good sauce.
Fair enough. Okay. We already laughed about this, but healthiest option, truly, what is the healthiest option?
I believe the healthiest option is Chicken Delight. And that's kind of their brand is.
Okay.
They weren't fried chicken. So just to clarify, that was the one place I went to that wasn't fried chicken. So it's a little bit of an outlier, but it's new and I knew people wanted to know about it. And so not fried chicken, it's just roast chicken.
Yeah, like rotisserie chicken, right?
Yeah. And they're like rotisserie it right there. So that's kind of, if you're, it's fresh, you can see it's fresh.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was definitely... The whole thing felt like refreshing. So it was kind of a nice palate cleanse. I kind of timed it in the middle of all of the fried chicken sandwiches.
Smart.
So it was kind of a palate cleanse. I was like, oh, okay. So much less greasy. But that is kind of that's their whole brand. So if you're looking for, a more healthy chicken sandwich, I went with the wrap because a wrap is sandwich adjacent.
Sure. Yeah.
And that definitely felt like a healthier lunch option.
Yeah. Just a little peek behind the curtain for everybody. Lindsay'd be like, okay, I'm going to go take off and try a couple more chicken places now. And we'd have a moment in the day where it made sense for her to peace out and go try some chicken. And I was like, good luck, because you're trying multiple in one day sometimes. So I could imagine having a slightly healthier option felt good that day.
Yes. Yep. Definitely tried to time that right in the middle when I knew there would be fatigue.
This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Do you have a point of sale system you can trust, or is it a real POS? You need Shopify for retail. From accepting payments to managing inventory, Shopify POS has everything you need to sell in person. Go to shopify.com/system, all lowercase, to take your retail business to the next level today. That's shopify.com/system.
Okay, spicy chicken. That's a big one. A lot of people, and given Idaho and the Treasure Valley, oftentimes it's not super spicy when people think it's going to be. So,
yes,
best spicy chicken sandwich.
Okay, I have to qualify this. Again, this might be where I lose more people.
Okay.
I'm just me. I'm going to be so for real.
Yeah.
So I don't love super spicy food.
Okay.
That's not really my jam. So all of these I would get like a middling, not quite medium, whatever was just below medium, that's what I would get. So I can't speak to if you're like, I want it to hurt.
Right.
I want it to be this. I didn't do that.
Yeah. If I want to cry as I'm eating, that's not for you.
No, I had a lot of sandwiches I had to eat. I need to not be in the extreme pain all the time. So getting that and just qualifying that, I thought the best overall was Burning Mouth Nashville hot chicken.
Okay. And so how would you describe, Nashville hot chicken is, has a real spice to it. Was it like spicy right away and throughout the eating experience, or was it kind of like spice at the beginning and then it would kind of fade a little bit?
It was definitely more of a fading. I think a lot of the spice comes with the sauce, and they also have like Korean sauce options.
Okay.
If you really, really want to maybe be in a lot of pain or,
Yeah.
if that's the experience you're looking for. Like the owners were like, do you want more? I was like, no, I'm good. This is plenty of spice. Thank you. So the sauce has quite a bit of spice and it was very forward spicy, but then it would fade. So then, I appreciate that because then I'm interested in taking another bite. So yeah, it just, everything worked together. That one also had a brioche bun. It had the coleslaw, really good pickles. The fried chicken was nice. The sauce, I will say, because I know this is like a thing for people, the sauce is pretty vinegary, tangy.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. Because, Nashville hot chicken's less on the sweet spice side, more on the, vinegar flavor.
Yes. So I know that that's not everybody's cup of tea. And even sometimes that's not what I like. But altogether, it was a really good sandwich. Like every element of that sandwich really came together in a really nice way. It was one of the first sandwiches that I tried where I'd take a couple bites and then, I have a lot more chicken, so I don't want to burn out initially. That was one of the first ones where I was like, ooh, I would like to finish this one. This is quite good. So that was one I wanted to finish.
Got it. How about juiciest chicken? Because, of course, a overcooked chicken sandwich, it can be dry really fast. So juiciest chicken.
I think the juiciest chicken was probably Guthrie's.
This one's fairly new on the scene too, I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. This is a new one. I was initially really surprised. It's chicken tenders. So I wonder if that's a factor. They're not having to cook an entire chicken breast for the sandwich. It's just several tenders on the sandwich. But it was very juicy. Like the chicken itself was not dry at all. So I was really impressed with how they were able to pull that off. Probably because they're tenders, but it works.
Okay, Lindsay, those categories were fabulous. But what about any sandwiches that were disappointing? Ones that you were just like, nope, not for me.
Yes. And I always want to be careful about small businesses. So I don't mind mentioning these. These are truly my true opinion. And I don't mind saying it because they're kind of bigger franchises. Okay. So like, it's not like the CEO is going to hear it and cry. So,
hey, and this is your true opinion. Yes.
Yeah. I was going to say one thing about me. I'm going to be so real with you. Okay. I was disappointed with Chick-fil-A. Like that sandwich relies on that sauce. It's just not. It's not good. The fry on that chicken, actually, as I was deconstructing it, is like sweet. And it was like cloyingly sweet and kind of off-putting. So that was not good. Like the thing about that sandwich you like is the sauce.
Yeah.
That it just was, compared to all of the other sandwiches, very disappointing.
Just go buy the sauce from Winco. I'm pretty sure they
just
sell
go
it.
get the sauce from Winco if that's what you like. You don't love that sandwich.
It is the moment we've all been waiting for. The entire Treasure Valley is waiting for this answer, Lindsay. Drum roll. What was the best overall, number one, absolute favorite chicken sandwich you tried?
Okay, I have to tell you with a story. I'm gonna keep the tension up. Okay. So I had just had Popeyes. I am at the end of my journey, almost. I have one more place to go. I'm burned out. I'm chickened out. I don't want another chicken sandwich, but I have one more place to go. I'm not a quitter. So I drove to this place. I look at the menu. They mentioned that they have pimento cheese on the original sandwich. And I almost was like, no, it was too much. I sat there and I thought about my life choices and I thought about how I'd gotten here. And I was like, I have to do it. Again, I'm not going to quit. I'm not a quitter. But I was really concerned.
Pimento is divisive. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was already, I'd already had the mayonnaise on the fried chicken. I'd almost had more than I could take. But I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm committed to it. The people need to know. And so I got it and it pulled me from the brink of chicken burnout and was the best chicken sandwich I've ever had in my life.
Wow.
100%. I can unequivocally say that. And it was the chicken shanty.
Chicken Shanty. Okay, another well-named spot. Isn't this the one that was in Boise and just moved to Meridian? Am I remembering this correctly?
Yes. Yeah, they just recently. I went opening day. So grand opening, one of the first people there probably. It was a phenomenal sandwich. Like,
wow.
It was so good. I got another one to take home for my family because I was like, you guys got to try this. Like, it is so good. So as I'm reading the description, again, pimento cheese, I know, like from my description, that's not my first choice. That's not what, I'm going for the chicken sandwich. It works. It's amazing. Trust me. It is so good. It just, everything works together. The bun is like more like a roll.
Okay.
And it's huge. The sandwich is huge. But it's a super good bun. The chicken is so good. Like they have a whole little pamphlet they give you about like where they get their chicken. And it's like happy chicken that lived a life in a field or something.
I hope it has a name. I hope each chicken was named.
Oh, I don't want to know their names, but I want to know they got to like eat a bug in the grass or something.
Yeah.
And so anyway, the fry is phenomenal. Like growing up, my parents would fry chicken in the summer and I loved it. I love good fried chicken. And this took me back immediately. The breading was peppery. It was nice and thick and crispy. The chicken was so juicy. It has lettuce. It has some kind of sauce. I don't know. It's delicious. And it had the pimento cheese and all of it together. I know. As I'm like, I read the description. I was like, I don't know if that's for me. It's my favorite. It's since I've done this, I had all these sandwiches. I went back. It's so good. I was like, I will have this again. It is so good.
Outside of your research, you have already returned to Chicken Shanty for their sandwich. How did like lettuce, let's just talk sidebar really fast, because sometimes I feel like having lettuce on a chicken sandwich, it just has to be, crispy enough and not get soggy and stuff. So that was okay?
No, that's legit. Yeah, it's like shredded lettuce. It's not like a leaf. It was very refreshing with the chicken sandwich, kind of like a little bit of salad next to your fried chicken. Like, I don't know. It was so good. And I hate a soggy sandwich. Like,
yeah, me too.
If lettuce is going to make the bun be a mess, just get rid of it. This was perfect. Like it was the perfect chicken sandwich.
Wow. And the pimento cheese sauce. Wow. I am very curious. And I love hearing that like this not only was the best, but it was the best at the very end when you were totally burned out and ready to never see a chicken sandwich again in your life, probably.
I know the Chicken Shanty chicken sandwich saved me from never eating chicken again. So that's how powerful it is. It was the winner chicken dinner. If you will.
There it is. Let's talk about Meridian a little bit more. Why do you think there are so many chicken places in Meridian? What's going on?
There have been some news stories about kind of this rise of chicken restaurants. So this isn't, unique just to Meridian. And there's been more and more chicken restaurants over the past 5 years, all over. But, Meridian has a very suburban feel to it. It feels very suburban. And I think part of that is it is kind of a chain restaurant central. It's kind of a chain store, chain area. That's where they are. Like it just kind of has that feel.
Yeah, it's so interesting to think about Meridian being set up so much based on a car culture.
Yeah.
And going back to what you said about city planning and how Meridian is set up. I mean, it used to be a farm town and now it's a legit full-on suburb. People are driving everywhere for the most part, right? I mean, that's just how you get around in Meridian, and quick, fast chicken places, I guess it makes sense in that way.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's definitely, I would love to do an episode about Meridian just because I think, it is the fastest growing city in Idaho, I believe right now, or at least it very recently was named that. And it has had phenomenal growth. Like 1990, it had 10,000 people. And
and mostly farms.
Yeah. And so in this short amount of time, there's been this wild growth and it has just become subdivisions and, suburban areas. And it is kind of a culture unto itself that is distinct from Boise, that is distinct from Nampa and Caldwell.
Yeah.
And if I had to pick a city in the Treasure Valley that would have the most chicken restaurants per capita, it's going to be Meridian.
And do you think, how much does cost play to this? Because Meridian's where a lot of families live because it's more affordable than Boise in a lot of places.
Oh, I think that is absolutely a factor. I mean, Meridian is if you want to live near Boise, but you can't afford Boise. I think that's why a lot of people live in Meridian. I have kids too. And cost is a factor where, I would love to take my kids to, these really nice restaurants all the time. Not even just fancy, but where I'm like, oh, this is a really good quality food experience. But more often than not, kids have sports. Kids have clubs.
Time too. Time factor.
People have, they want to go hang out with their friends. So we're all running all over the place. And it is really convenient to just stop and grab something. And definitely in my mind, I'm like, oh, chicken is better than something else we could be eating, whether or not, I mean, these are fried chicken places. So let's be so for real. It's not, this isn't a healthy thing, but it feels healthy psychologically. Yeah. And that's half the battle, right? Like that placebo effect is real.
It's so true. Okay. Was there anything you learned from this experience overall? What are you taking away from this, Lindsay?
That I need to pace myself. There were a few days I was like, I can hit up 3 at once. And that was a mistake. No, I can't.
I was nervous for you. Yeah.
Yep. Nope. I learned my limits when it comes to fried chicken. I definitely learned that I would share the sandwiches with other people. I tried to get their opinions. My husband ate a lot of chicken with me, so he deserves an honorary award. That lots of people have lots of different feelings about the chicken. There would be some where I'm like, ugh, that was a huge miss for me. He's like, I definitely want to hit that up sometimes. So, something that I learned is we have a ton of chicken restaurants, but maybe that just means we have the right one for everybody. So everybody can find something that they like amongst the plethora of chicken restaurants in Meridian.
Well, there's still more coming, apparently. Meridian is not, even though it feels like it probably is, full of chicken places yet, because at least there's one more. I saw Boise Dev reporting about Raising Cane's is another one. Looks like they're from Louisiana, so another kind of southern take, or with some Texas toast and stuff like that. So I don't know. What do you think? Is it full? Is there room for more? Or is Meridian all full of chicken restaurants?
I'm all full of chicken. I guess we're probably going to push the limits and find out if we really can support all of these chicken restaurants. I will need some time and some space before we do that. But maybe this is really what Meridian needs, is just to, be known as the chicken place. Maybe that's something we can really aspire to.
Truly. And I mean, if more companies are coming in, you would think that they've done their market research to know that there's room for another one. So, Lindsay, thanks so much for trend spotting the chicken phenomenon in Meridian and for putting your gastrointestinal system through the ringer and coming out on top with the #1 best chicken sandwich.
Absolutely. It was really fun. I feel way more connected as a Meridianite to my city now that I've tried all the chicken restaurants.
Incredible. Thank you.
That's all for today here on CityCast Boise. If you enjoyed the show, why not leave us a review? It helps other people find us. We'll be back tomorrow morning with our Friday News Roundup. Catch you then.